Hi, John Worth back again. Classical musician, conductor, Babymetal fan, and hopelessly wrapped around Moa-Metal's little finger. Which doesn't make me super special, I guess. It's only like 90% of us. Hers is the face that launched a billion clicks, and there's thousands of YouTube shorts featuring her. She's a camera magnet. They follow her wherever she goes. And to be fair, I do believe there are cuter girls than Moa. In the same way I believe in Sasquatch, which is there have been reports and sightings, but I'm going to need photos. But if anyone thinks she's just another pretty face, that's missing the point of her. There are plenty of pretty people in the world, but there is something that sets her apart. And I don't know what to call it, so I'm going to go with Moa-ness. How about that? I think it's kind of like the it factor. Some people say that a performer has it, whatever that. Nobody knows what it is. You just know it when you see it. And Sue has the it factor in bucket loads. She's an attractive woman, but that is not why it's hard to take your eyes off her. The reason is because if she's on a stage, it's her stage, and you can't help but pay attention. Some people are just born with that. I was not born with that. Most of you were probably not born with that either. It's pretty rare, but Moa and Sue both have it. For Momo, of course, she's had to struggle a bit. It's hard to find your place on stage next to two people who've been fused at the hip most of their lives. But she's settling in. She's finding her niche. And I think from watching her, I think she's going to end up to have it too. But interestingly enough, of the three of them, I think Moa is the most complicated. And I think the most interesting. The band was built around Sue, right? But it's hard to imagine it without Moa. Sue is the leader, Momo's the happy girl, but isn't Moa the heart and soul? This is Metal with a Girl's Heart, episode 3, Moa-Metal, the angel of love and devourer of cameras. So as part of this, I tried writing up a description of her in words and just failed. But it turns out, of course, sometimes music is a better way to explain something, and I think Onodare Daisaksen is a great description of her. And it also may be the most random song ever performed by anybody. So for more, let's check in with pre-fan John. He got hold of the lyrics in advance, and I wonder what he makes of them. Wait, Operation Beg Dad for it? Seriously? There's something fundamentally wrong with you people. What does the writing room over there look like? Hey, we need a new Black Babymetal song. Well, you and Moa could be a couple of spoiled daddy's girls. That's a strange idea for a song, but can we make it stranger? And the weird guy, the one who every team has, but nobody really likes. He sits off by himself and nobody likes his ideas. He blurts out, well, what if they're sort of possessed by demons or something? Literally half angel, half devil. Love it. Let's write that song. People are fucking killing me here. Roll the tape. Let's do this thing. I'm a little bit worried. Oh, there's my girl. Okay, I'm sorry to stop so soon, but this is one of the reasons people can't hear Babymetal is metal, right? We have music heavy enough to bring down the building. We also have a young lady skipping gleefully around the stage, and my mind can't hold both of those at one time. I can either listen to the music or I can look at her. The Kawaii is like some sort of metal neutralizer or something. Heavy. Oh. That sounds like Sue's voice encouraging her in this bad behavior. Come on, Sue, you got to set a better example than this. I bet some people are out there losing their shit over that line. I don't know what this means in Japanese, but I mean, that is a thing that kids say, right? I mean, before they're old enough to understand what marriage is. So it's just not that weird, though I'm sure some people are freaking out. Oh, God. Sure, go ahead. Say no to that face. I'll wait. Hang on a second. She has a chance to ask for 3 things, anything she wants in the world, and one of them is food? What the heck? If you know anything about Moa, you knew delicious things would make the list. If you don't, search YouTube for Moa-metal food. It's okay. She probably needs 10,000 calories a day when they're on tour anyway. So. Did we all just step back for a minute and just realize how completely bonkers this is? I love the little whiny kid stamping her feet dance. Is it me or is this just a fun effing song? You could tell me, have I been smiling the whole time? My cheeks hurt. But is poor old dad about to be cheated by her angelic smile? Yeah, I'm afraid so. Hell, the only reason I'm not broke is I can't figure out a way to empty my wallet through the screen. Like I was saying about the it factor. Next time I'm in a bad mood, I'm just going to listen to this on repeat for an hour. Break into choreo to share improv moments with the other dancers is just such a girl thing to do. And how stoked are they? You think, hey, I'm dancing at Budokan with Moa-metal. Sometimes reality is unrealistic. Uh-oh. Warning, warning, extreme danger. I don't know everything about women, but I know a handful when I see one. And not only for her dad. Just saying. And there's your sampler plate of the Moa-metal experience. The key takeaway is that resistance is futile. If she wants to wrap you around her finger, you just let her. Saves time and energy. While we're here, I just want to do a quick analysis. Obviously, Moa and Sue have very different stage presence. They're both very charismatic, but it's just in a different way. And if this were a movie, Sue would be the leading lady and Moa would be like the character actor co-star. But if you watch, her emotional range on this is enormous. Her acting in playing character during a song, it's like watching Robin Williams. She's just constantly bouncing from character to character. Everything, little kid to an adult. She's pouty, she's cheerful, she's gonzo happy, she's innocent, she's very not innocent. As for delivery, it's what the classical people call mushy attacks. This is normal sort of in popular music, where vocalists rarely hit the notes cleanly. The goal is really just sort of land somewhere in the vicinity and then fix it. And that's, that way they don't have to be exactly on time or on pitch, and also accounts for the popularity of auto-tune in certain circles. Sue's delivery is very different, very unusual, and just very, very difficult. Her melodies are quite complicated, and her delivery is this very crisp, precise, it's hard to do. But I guess the question then in the end, after all that, is, could Moa have split off to front her own group? And the answer is absolutely yes. Imagine her with 10 years of experience as a lead vocalist to improve her singing and her confidence on stage. She's not Sue. She doesn't have Sue's voice, never will. And she couldn't be the head of Babymetal. But with so much charisma and charm and just the way people are drawn to her, and more than a little bit of sex appeal, she could be successful as a leader. But she decided back in middle school that her place was to stand by Sue, and thank heaven for that. Because if you'd split them up, what you'd have left is two bands, neither one of which would be as good as Babymetal. Now, I know some of you are going to be unhappy seeing this song without Yui. And it makes sense. Longtime fans, you imprinted on her, and it makes sense that it's hard to let her go. She's your idea of Babymetal, even after all these years. But, I started with videos from like the 2019 to 2024. For me, Babymetal has always been just the duo, plus this rotating cast of girls that it was hard for me to keep track of. So for me, it's Sue and Moa, and then Yui is the past, and Momo is the future. Though, Momo is definitely growing on me. I think she's going to fit in well. Of course, so far this hasn't really been about Moa's main gig with the band, which is dancing and crowd work. And obviously with her personality, she would be great with crowds. There are a million various YouTube shorts that you can find that show that. You can just search Moa-metal crowd. It'll get you enough that you could you just sit and watch them all day long. I like this example for Megitsune. Watching her work the edge of the stage, it is a joy to behold. Now, if you want to focus on her dancing, that's harder because, as we know, aside from the flashing lights and the lasers and God knows what else, Babymetal videos, their cameras are like squirrels with ADHD. They're just all over the place. Unfortunately, there are some Moa fans out there who put together compilations. If you search mainly Moa Focus, will get you some. Now, as far as the dancing goes, my hands down favorite of hers is the duet version of Shine. I've put some links in the comments, and I'm going to play a few clips from that video, but you really owe it to yourself to watch the video. Go watch the video. Because there's only two of them on stage, it's nice because Moa isn't limited to sort of mirroring a third person. She's free to move around. She can improvise if she wants to. It gives her a lot more freedom. This song is gorgeous. If you know the song, it's just beautiful. And what's interesting about this performance, though, is usually Babymetal is crowd-focused. In this one, Sue and Moa they're pretty much focused on each other a lot of the time. And we, from the outside, are just observing. It's really intimate and not like anything else I've ever seen from them. And it is achingly beautiful. I've never made it through Dryad, not even once. Okay, I'm sure that no one from Babymetal HQ is listening, but if somehow this falls into your hands, I have two requests. One is after Sue's work on the first take performance of Monochrome, the woman is a genius. She has literally changed what I think is possible for a vocalist. And so I want to hear an acoustic album to get her out from behind all that, all those loud instruments. There's already a few songs that have been arranged. I think Shine would be easy to do. I think Light and Darkness, Brand New Day, and Kagero would be doable as well, which doesn't sound obvious maybe, but try them at 90% speed. And suddenly you're like, oh, okay, I can see how that could work. And then, of course, write some originals as well. My second request would be if we could do more choreography along the lines of Shine, where the dance is a part of the song rather than just a visual interest to support the song. So, like with Sue, the final question is, why do I love Moa so much? I mean, there's the obvious reason, is it's almost impossible not to. Anybody who doesn't, it's like somebody who doesn't like puppies. They just immediately suspicious of their character. But for me personally, in like a book or a movie or something, my heart is very often, with the ride or die sidekick, maybe even more than the hero. And that's really one of the reasons why it's so moving to hear her sing or to be a featured dancer, right? It's that moment in the story when the secondary character steps up and proves what they can do. If that were a movie, like Moa grows up from the little girl melting down at Sue's SG graduation. She becomes, somebody who has a chance to go her own way, but aspires to be nothing more than the loyal princess who would lay down her life for her queen. And of course, that's fan fiction. And if anybody wants to write that up, you're welcome. Feel free. Though I would say that if Moa Kikuchi's feelings about Suzuka are as strong as Moa-Metal's are for Sue Metal, I really think she might. And those are some of the many things I'd like to explore with her in the conversation we'll be having. Never. I mean, that conversation has a less than zero chance of ever happening. Some mysteries just remain mysterious. This is life. Anyway, that's about it. I on the good news front, I did score my ticket for the Kent concert. Maybe of interest only to me, I'm giving up my 6-month hiatus on playing and rejoining the Seattle Wind Symphony in May. So good for that. I also may have to skip next week, but we'll see. In any event, until we meet again, may the angel of love continue to bless you.